them, which they say that without that, it should not take off the traffic.
Okay, sir. Okay,
We can check this
let's show from here. From where we are standing. Yes, sir. Okay, so where we are standing, we have the 10-line expressway. By the time this service carriageway to us is completed, there will still be some form of traffic control. Because as we see even here, this narrows into a single from 10 lanes or 6 lanes on this side, narrow into 2 lanes. So it brings some congestion. So when the main carriageway from here is extended right to either Ring Road 2 or up to Wasa, that will now resolve the traffic because in between there will be interchanges. For example, at Latipodia Junction, there will be one interchange. At Ring Road 2, which is about 7 kilometers from here, there will be another interchange. So if that extends a little, then we'll get to the
of the show like that. Okay, I'm coming to that place now. And my cameraman, everybody, all right. So when I get there, I want it to be there to capture everything. I have to show that we are working. Okay. So that I do some shakara when I get there to make it look like I'm angry. Okay. Okay. We're almost there now. Get ready. It's all showmanship. Do your job, and you probably don't even need all of that showmanship, though, right? And it kind of still move around or move about like a state governor with long convoy that, or is it the governor of Abuja? Maybe it's the governor of Abuja, it's the minister of Abuja. Anyway, he had this to say to the media himself. Just that.
This road, especially the completion dates that is not adding up.
Very bad. I'm not encouraged. Yesterday, my attention was drawn when I went to inspect the Kashi Apo road, and which took us to Wasa. And then I passed through this area and I tried to find out where the company CGC is working. It's one of the respected companies as far as I'm concerned. But as far as this road is concerned, I'm not happy. And I made sure that the FCT authority, I summoned them yesterday with CGC to really come here today to see things for ourselves. Not every time telling you that, oh, we have done so percentage of work. There are no equipment here as at yesterday when I came. But I believe because I said I was coming here today, they have mobilized equipment. And these are things I would not accept. We have paid over 80% of this contract. And the job, as far as I'm concerned, they've not done about 50%, even though the director of engineering services told the lies. And I'm not going to accept that. And I have told you to sit down with CGC and bring up the work plan. And CGC has told us that they are going to finish this project by May. Well, let them go down and commit themselves and tell us by May they are going to hand over this project. That's the only way I'm going to accept it. And you know that this road is very, very important. Very, very important. And if this road is completed, of course, it will help to reduce the traffic congestion. I look at economic activities. Look at what's going on here. So it's one of those things we believe that it's routine for us to move from one side to the other and not to sit in the office for you to be reading reports on papers. So this is where we are.
Honorable Minister, we are specific from the beginning that you will make money available and they should do their part. What will you be telling non-performing contractors in other areas you have awarded and FCT residents are looking forward to completion dates?
Let me tell you something. It is so easier for them to be awarding billions and billions for road construction, okay? Because that's the easiest way of looting. So to say, if you hear the amount they pay for the construction of a kilometer of road, you will scream, all right? But you will never see them have the same commitment in building in building schools, in building and equipping, equipping schools, building medical centers, hospitals, and equipping them, or building power stations and making them work, or even building the people, human capital, or human development, so to say. No. Right? So then you will see them award their billions and billions and billions and billions for road construction that would never really be completed per se. And if they ever get to be completed, you will weep when you hear how much they actually construct these roads. It's the easiest way of money laundering, siphoning money, looting the money and the rest of that, while the people who are supposed to ply the roads, right, remain uneducated, miseducated, and on like that. It's a Nigerian thing. Nigerian politicians say things. But in the balance of that place, right, investing in their people is the last of their plan. They don't even have a clue of how to invest in their people. No? How about the people themselves? They have no idea what it means to be invested in. Like what your government is actually putting investment in infrastructures that actually impact you directly. Just build road, and then if anybody is complaining too much, okay, you know what? Let us go and build hospitals. And when they build this they just mount blocks, these big buildings. Don't give a damn about the sustainability of it. Those who are going to work inside it, how they are going to get well paid, how they can actually create an economy, right, with all the resources they have that helps their people in a way that it can complement whatever they are building. That's long story. They have no idea, they have no clue, or they are not interested. So to some of them, with the Wike is one of the hardworking ministers of Tinubu, building roads to nowhere, while their inner roads are they are like in complete shambles, like dilapidated beyond what you can even explain. But they are building highways, constructing bridges over it, and all that stuff. It's the Nigerian thing, unfortunately. Human development, zero. Anyway, I'm live on like that. I believe that the people of this community, Edu, AK community in Edu local government area of Enugu, like many times I've seen them protested, not just this particular community, many other communities in Enugu, especially the border towns or border communities in Enugu state who have come under different attacks of the Fulani terrorists. Here is one that is so recent. They have been kidnapped, they have been raped, and this is a protest led by women who are mostly the victims. On their way to the market, on their way to their farms, they've become victims of the Fulani terrorists. That seems not to be going away. As we continue to help amplify the voices of, the voiceless communities, where they are supposed to, the government and politicians continue to look the other way, and in most cases trying to pacify the terrorists and their sponsor to look good to them by ignoring the cries of their people. It's everywhere. It's unfortunate, and this is still happening. as you can see. And no wonder, no matter how much they try to blackmail those who are really fighting for the people, especially the IPOB, you say, here, the children won't forget their own folklore hero, Nnamdi Kanu. Just so you know, there are many people from that part of Nigeria that believes that the continued incarceration, illegal detention of Nnamdi Kanu is one terrible reasons they believe the insecurity in the eastern part of Nigeria continue to escalate. If there should be anybody who cares for the lives of the young and the old in the eastern part of Nigeria, they will rise and support strongly the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. And we will keep pushing for that too. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. We should be taking calls this evening, and it will be your turn. I don't know if the line is probably going to do that or allow us to do that this evening. Okay, but I'm going to keep it opened. Okay, so if it works, we'll take calls, and if it doesn't, then we can possibly see some other time. But we'll try that. But first, I'm going to take a break. When I come back, I'll check if the line is working. I expect it to be working, but you should try it too. Now, listen, if you have to leave, I understand. Remember, just like the broadcast before you go. But if you still want to enjoy the last segment of the program this evening, it's either you call in or you wait or stay back to enjoy that part too, right? I will be back, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Let's check. It's the line is still pretty much open, but there's something I need to put us on notice of. Okay, there is a lady, a very strong young woman, who became the victim of human trafficking. Where people always are looking to have an opportunity where they are offered a greener pasture on the other side, especially the main targets are the poor from the rural communities in Nigeria, where human traffickers always target them, promise them a lot of goodies if they are willing to travel abroad. And they ended up being trafficked, sexually trafficked, and then sexually abused, sold as slaves. A lady, a young woman who has been through it all, has been sharing her own experience. She survived it enough that she's now using her own experience to teach other young people, not just women, young people from our community, as well as across Nigeria, where she wrote a book. She's just written a book. And this book she wants to give to as many young people as possible, especially those in the secondary schools, to tell them that, listen, there's nothing bad in trying to want to have a better life outside your enclave or your community. But it's ideal to understand that if you want to do that, you do it rightly, okay? Do not fall prey of human traffickers. It is one horrible crime that the world has come to know. And they said it is a multi-billion dollars industry where vulnerable people are being targeted and then trafficked out of Nigeria. This lady has just written a book, and I'm going to do a short fundraiser to support her on this platform, and I'm going to need your help, okay? My intention is to first share a story. And I'm also trying to put together a package where if I could bring her up here to share a story. The African Wahala, our own, has done a tremendous job in bringing a story to light and, getting a message or a book to some of these supposed young, vulnerable people in our society, not just from the Jebu area where she is from, but across the western region of Nigeria and possibly beyond. So we intend to purchase as many of those books and get them shared for free to so many schools. And this is not a story that is a fiction. No, it is like a true story, a true life story of somebody who lived through the trauma, who lived through the horror, and hopefully want to prevent same happening to so many, many young people. And I'm going to need your help, right? I am going to need your help in raising as much as possible in buying this book. The book is expected to be launched later this month, and we want to put in our own request for the before the distribution or the launch of that book. I just thought I should say it here so that I don't kind of ambush you. So my platform, or this platform, I intend to put in at least 500,000 naira towards this book. I think we're going to need to raise more than that. Yes, if we can, possibly if we can raise, okay, I won't say, just raise enough, substantial amount that can buy this book and distribute them for free. You get what I mean? Like, I have been told a copy is 4,000 naira, okay? So if 100 of that book is 400,000 naira, then maybe 420 of that book would be like a 480,000 naira. 120 of that book would be like a 480,000 naira. I'm looking at us probably buying up to 2 million or 3 million naira of that book. I'm going to need your help. Okay. So please have this at the back of your mind. I am still putting the whole thing together to see how we're going to go about it. All right. Because the intention is, I don't want us to buy the book and then I'll be looking for who to give. No, we can just buy from the producer, right? And then I give them list of schools that we want these books be shared, especially to the girl child. The girls from our schools, which are mostly the vulnerable ones targeted, to be sexually transported that way, okay? And it's happening at okay. I hope you shall get what I'm trying to get at, Abby. We would need to do our little best, our little bit, to see if we can save just more than one life from falling prey to the hand of these human traffickers. So here we have our first caller. Is it Jefferson?
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you?
Oh, yes, I can. How are you doing, man?
I am very well, sir. Yourself?
In fact, I am doing great. I hope you had a wonderful day.
Well,
And
thank you. I did. Thank you very much. Yeah.
all right. No, that's great. So this caption is kind of very, very intriguing. Kolu coming to the UK for 2 weeks vacation,
That's right.
and why Yorubas were attacked in Kaduna yesterday.
And there is no reaction from either Kaduna government or the Ponus that are always threatening us on social media. Not a single reaction.
This is crazy. Maybe if it was Igbos or another tribe now, that's when you see.
I know.
It will be a war. They'll say, the the ungrateful Igbos, and we are hosting you. You know, it's just crazy. You know, it's crazy, and that's how we have degenerated. And from the Independence Day that happened yesterday. I mean, people are kind of insensitive. I saw, isn't you? Yeah, I saw the post you shared concerning how people were jubilating in, I don't know if it's New York or whatever.
It's New York, right?
It's New York, right?
You know what some people told me? They said, okay, why don't you just see it as they are actually celebrating their independence from Nigeria, not celebrating Nigeria's independence, but they celebrating their own independence from Nigeria. As all of us, they love Nigeria from abroad.
Exactly.
You know,
we're loving Nigeria. Yeah, they were loving Nigeria from abroad, and they're enjoying in the spoils. You know, why would they love Nigeria because I can remember, most of them will love Nigeria because most of them, when their fathers and their mothers, they steal money from Nigeria, they can buy. Because I've witnessed it firsthand when I was studying in the UK so many years back, where a student bought a shoe. And he told me in the face that shoe cost 3,000 or 5,000 pounds.
Really?
One shoe. This is 2010. Yes, I can remember I was a student in UK. And he told me, he said, because what happened is I entered this room. I said, okay, Ross, why are you putting your shoes where they are supposed to put school books? You know, when you are a student in a university, on the shelf, you are supposed to put your books. Not shoes.
The shoes on a bookshelf, and you're like, guy, what is
wrong? Exactly. So the guy went. The guy at the then he went and he put all the shoes on that place. I said, come. Why are you putting your shoes there? Yeah. He told me, do you know how much I bought these shoes? He told me that he bought these shoes for 4,000 pounds, 3,000 pounds. I told him, bros, I am not lying. May God, the next thunder strike me if I lie. I am telling you what I saw.
I've seen some of them who bought a single jacket for over 2,000 pounds. And I'm like, why would you even, do you work for this money to start with?
I don't understand. Exactly. So when I dared him, he now went and showed me on the internet the prices of all those things, shoes, watch, and everything. I said, oh my God. And later I found that most of them are actually children of the top politicians in Nigeria. I said, oh, there you go. So this is how they do it. When they steal the money from Nigeria, well, some are businessmen anyway. There's some little exemptions, but majority, when they steal that money, they come over to Nigeria, to the UK or any part of the world, and then they spend money like as if their parents are related to the royal families of Prince Charles and in Emirates or whatever. Showing affluence, and yet there is nothing to show for it. The other time too, I had an argument to someone, or we saw an incident in the US here where an Alhaji, I don't know the state he's from. Is it from Adamawa or so? The guy went and was donating. He donated close to 10 million naira to a university in the US. Meanwhile, in his village, there are so many hungry people.
I remember.
But meanwhile, exactly. But meanwhile, he can go and donate money in the US. Like, I don't know whether it's 50 million. Imagine someone like that kind of money without him doing anything. Of course, I've not even done it. I've not even seen, but now I see it's exempted anyway. But just imagine the mindset. So what I'm trying to say is that all this mindset of these people, is an aftermath of what they have been doing. You know, when they come here, they behave like, oh, and you will see the arrogance. You even find out that even people who are not, you will see all these are fellow foreigners from other parts of the world. When they hear from Nigeria, and you hear the stories they tell you about other Nigerians. Oh, where they say, oh, I met a general, nice guy. I met this nice. I say, oh, right, how nice are they really? Are they nice because you see them because they come over to this country and then they spend money anyhow, and you see them as nice? You don't know the kind of ills they have done back in their home, you know. And it's very, very unfortunate, and there are many of them. I don't know, because it's not because this